obviously you could probably expect it, Father. But hey, people want to know, what are your initial thoughts on Leo the 14th, Father Rock?
I just told everyone, like, he chose the name Leo, and so like that was kind of like a good thing, because like that was a good name, right? Leo's a good name. Some good history behind it. But I'm like, I have no idea who this is. Then when he came out, and so he was all in his, the entire sort of papal getup. So that was very sort of comforting. That was a good sign. And then he's going through his talk, and we were listening to it or watching it, listening to it through the Vatican News one. So there was no translation. So I'm doing my best to like follow the Italian. He said it was the day of supplication to Our Lady of Pompeii, because it is kind of like a very, I would say, uncommon or unknown devotion to Our Lady that's really Italian. I think Father Z did have the prayer up to it, but I think like overall, I think most people, and even people who are at the parish, they're like, who's Our Lady of Pompeii? Mm-hmm. And she has special invocations that are said to her on the 8th of May and also the first Sunday of October, I think it is. And basically that there's this pilgrimage site that was built in the Valley of Pompeii in like the late 1800s. I think that there was sort of like an audible sort of revelation that Our Lady, I think, made to some guy who's like, you need to pray the rosary more. I don't think there was ever an apparition at Pompeii, as far as I know. They were just like a bunch of people that's, the one God's like, you need to pray the rosary more. And he started praying the rosary. And then they were like, we should build like a chapel. And so they built a chapel, and it became like this major site of pilgrimage. And like, there's these special prayers and devotions, which are like devotions to Our Lady of the Rosary as practiced in the Valley of Pompeii. And there's this like little section in the Raccolta about it. But like, I don't think it's really well known, especially outside of like Italian circles. And so when he mentioned that, I was just like, oh, that was unexpected. Like, how does he know that? Like, that was really surprising.
It's funny because he said that, and immediately I started Googling. I was like, what is Our Lady of Pompeii? And just learning. And it's also made me realize just, if the Pope has maybe a personal love of a place, how quick it could be to get more popularity. So for instance, the first Pope of Colorado, if they came out and said, Our Lady, who I'm sure loves the Mile High City, you'd get everybody Googling the Mile High City or something.
Yeah. But I think it's sort of, for me, and it was weird for me, I will say, because one of the things is that you're supposed to pray the prayer or the supplication to Our Lady of Pompeii at midday. I did the supplication to Our Lady of Pompeii, and then I looked and it's like, there's white smoke. I'm like, oh, okay. Ooh. And it's weird because as part of the prayer to Our Lady of Pompeii, it says about praying for the Holy Father. And I skipped that and I just said, I'll pray for the cardinals, because as far as I know, there was no Holy Father at the time. But and then I checked, like, oh, there's white smoke. And then when I go and he's like, and by the way, this is the day of the Our Lady of Pompeii, I'm like, yes, like I just did that.
Well, it seems like, so wait, Father Rock, are you saying that you're the one who caused the white smoke? Did you have the cardinal, did the Holy Spirit prompt the cardinals faster to make their decision?
No, I don't think so, because there is a time delay, right? So however long it takes to like do the votes and like him accept it and like get into the furnace and whatever they have to do to make it burn white or whatever. So I'm just saying, like, from my point of view, it was just like really weird in terms of like the timing of everything. But like what the timing was in the actual conclave probably didn't line up. But it was weird because it's like I did it, right? Like I said, like I did the supplication to Our Lady of Pompeii, which is sort of a very sort of like Italian kind of like obscure Marian thing. Mm-hmm. Like, again, I don't think it's very well known outside of Italian circles or those that are sort of Italophiles. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but like the people here at the parish, when I said that, they were like, we have no idea what that is. And the fact that like I was praying it and he's giving a speech and be like, oh, by the way, today's, the day of the supplication.
Like, we made it, people.
Like, oh, yes, it is. How do you know about that? But it turns out he is from, he does have Italian in his background, Italian, French, and Spanish. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But there we go. Father Rock did not necessarily cause it, but contributed. That's what I'll say.